Racehorse owner Andrew Gemmell has an enviable passion for life, despite being born with what some would consider to be a considerable disadvantage. It hasn't held him back though, and we've come to the yard of Emma Lavelle, who trains his leading stayers hurdle contender, Paisley Park. Well, they may be anti-post favourites for Cheltenham now, but life hasn't always been such smooth sailing for owner or horse. Andrew has had to overcome the difficulties of being blind since birth, and Paisley Park has had struggles of his own to deal with.
It's been a great story with the horse itself. Almost after his bumper run, he became really ill with colic, and we thought he wasn't going to come back again, but luckily it was a great job done in the hospital, and he's been back on and gradually got better and better.
Him getting sick was really what stopped us in our tracks.
Did that happen after the bumper?
That happened after the bumper.
Right.
So then, you know, we thought the nicest horse we've got is now the horse that we don't even know if we're going to get him back.
Yeah. And what actually happened then? He
came back from the races and he was fine for the first couple of days, and then he just started showing sort of colic-like symptoms. They kind of think he might have had some sort of form of grass sickness.
Wow.
He came back, started to improve, and finished up coming back here kind of skin and bone but alive. And at one point that was really not looking very likely.
A full recovery awaited for this stable star, and this season couldn't have gone any better, as he's currently unbeaten, having started his season in a Class 2 handicap at Aintree back in October.
First race I was actually away in Australia, but I heard it was at Aintree, and he won well. And then from there on in, we went to the route of what was the fixed brush, now the Betfair at Haydock. We won that, and then the dream for all of us, Aidan, Emma and myself, was a Group 1, Grade 1. We got the JLT at Ascot, and then moved on, with the win at Cheltenham.
I was looking at the prices this morning for the race. He's as short as 7 to 4 in some places for the stayers hurdle. Does that make you more jittery or more confident?
It makes me more pleased that I got on at 25 to 1 on runner no bet. That's before he won the JLT.
Happy days. You'll have some party if he wins though, won't you?
Be pleased, yeah.
He was always going to need a bit of time to mature because, like you say, he isn't a small horse by any stretch of the imagination. And mentally, he needed time to just strengthen up.
Yeah.
As we said at the time at Cheltenham, it was the first time he jumped a hurdle in front, jumping the last.
Wow.
He'd always needed a lead because he was just such a goof really of just looking at everything. So. Just mentally, physically, he has just taken that time, and he's a stunning horse, and he's just a gorgeous character. He's kind with everybody, and especially with Andrew. Even after the races, when you're standing in the paddock, most horses, or in the winner's enclosure, and most horses are kind of buffeting you out the way. He stands there for Andrew to pat him, and he's brilliant.
Andrew's love of racing stems from an early passion for sport in general.
When I was a kid, just gradually, I loved cricket first, and then football. But they were the most covered sports. But then in my summer holidays, I became more and more interested in listening to the races, and then going to it and gradually getting the feel of it, just loving it more and more, really.
Is it true that you got banned from riding ponies as a child?
Yeah, it's true.
Tell us the story.
Well, unfortunately, we used to have the riding where they used to guide. My brother and myself went, and because he's also visually impaired, but they used to guide us. And I got onto this horse, and we did the rising, trot, and canter, and all that.
You got the rising trot sorted.
And I just I had this thing I wanted to be like Lester Piggott, so I booted the horse into a gallop. And they did, and they went ballistic, the instructor, and they just told my mother that I wasn't welcome back.
Did you feel like Lester Piggott? That's the question.
I felt quite amused with the whole situation. Yeah, I did at the time, I loved it, going fast, but the person who was guiding the horse wasn't that impressive.
Well, he may not have become the next Lester Piggott, but as an owner, Andrew will have an important role to play on the third day of the Cheltenham Festival.
I'll be very tense, I know that.
Yeah.
I'll be getting there quite early, because hopefully I'll have a runner in one of the other races as well, all being well. Flemkara, who won the other day, and hopefully we'll go to Potemps, also trained by Emma. But again, he runs so well, let's hope he'll run well, and that's on the same day, so it could be double-handed that day, which should be great.
Now, I'm going to ask you
Yeah,
a
I'm
very,
with you, yeah.
very tricky question. You ready for this? Right. Racing's not your only sporting passion, so I'm going to make you choose now between Lord's, the London Stadium, the Rod Laver Arena, Prestbury Park, or somewhere else.
Well, there's somewhere else would be. I'd love to go to Augusta for the Masters.
Oh,
I would
yes.
love to do that. But of the other places, Lords, I think will always be my favourite. Although Prestbury Park could easily get there this year, I think.
In March.
Yes, yeah.
What one race would you like to win?
I'd like to win the stairs hurdle.
Good answer.
Paisley Park carries the hopes and dreams of his connections as they head towards the festival, and plenty in the racing world will be wishing this likeable team the very best of luck at Prestbury Park in March.
We'll just take one race at a time.
Yeah.
And I think, look, there are obviously plenty of options, but yeah, I think we'll still dream about Cheltenham for the moment.
I get nervous with any runner, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. There's an element of nerves with every runner because I suppose there's pressure on, you know. But the one thing, you know, I said to Emma about this horse is what we must do is enjoy him, you know, and enjoy it for what it is because, you know, he won't be here forever. So determined to enjoy him as well.
Have you ever woken up and thought, imagined yourself in the winner's enclosure?
I try not to, if I'm honest,
you?
Alex. Yes, I try not to. Last year we were second at Discorama, and that was really exciting to be second. But you know, the thought of getting first is unreal, really. The atmosphere when you actually hear them galloping down, you know, galloping past you, and everything is—it's amazing.